I am the harbinger who will right the wrongs of this world and lead it to its ideal form. Some eerie words spoken by Garbelius, words that carried resolve, conviction, whilst also sounding menacing towards our heroes. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton. Today we're talking about episode 1 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divinez Parallactic Clash. A very spooky way to start off the season, as we get our characters acting differently, while also some backstory for the Myodo household. So from the word go, this episode gave us this intense vibe with the music and the visuals of Garbelius sinking into darkness. But what I loved is that we kept this strange feeling lingering throughout the opening segments of this episode. We get to see Akina's mother, who is someone that we've never seen or mentioned before within the Divinez series. More on that character later though. But then Akina mentions to Hikari that in his dream she was sick and in hospital. To which Hikari just laughs it off and says she would never be sick, and starts acting very energetic. Which again is different, but not too out of the unordinary. But what really shocked us was seeing popular, friendly, wholesome, talkative Suo. Yes, this was creepy, for all his own reasons. I loved how it makes you suddenly go, yep, something is definitely wrong here, what is going on? And we do see other characters acting differently as well, and we're introduced to a new character, kind of, in Kurumi. Kurumi is here at school with Akina and kind of takes the role of Now in a sense, in this opening segment. And Kurumi is someone that we've only seen before in flashbacks, and not even her full face, we've only just seen her hair. Now, on the topic of Kurumi, she seems to be aligned with our antagonist, and most likely, it definitely does seem that she likes Akina in a romantic sense. But in the real world, is it possible that she's in a position or a situation where she's not able to actually interact with Akina? My guess is that she's probably dead as a result of her illness, aka the reason why she's in hospital. And if this is the case, it opens up the door for some massive plot threads for other characters and their situations moving forward. Because sometimes people's lives could be better in this parallactic world than in the real world that we know already. For example, Suo. Suo doesn't look like a character that's weighed down by the loss of his parents, and is much more open and more brighter and talkative. So would it be fair for Akina to take that away from him, making him relive and remember that trauma and pain that he had to suffer through? Now then, back to Kurumi. I really like her design. The light blue and the pinks on her dress complements her, showcasing a light side of the character. While then the blue and the darkness of her hair showcases there is a bit of darkness within the character as well. Now, sorry if I butcher this, but she's voiced by Ikumi Hasegawa, a voice actress I've only ever heard in one other show, but I do think she fits the character very nicely, complementing Kurumi's bubbly personality. Now then, we do learn that the guy at the end of the last season was Garbelius, the one on the throne. And yes, he looks cool in his human form, but this does mean something's happened to Erika. But what? So far we haven't seen her yet, and we know that Garbelius was meant to be inside of Erika, keeping her alive, giving her a chance for a better future. However, going back to the whole Suo might not have lost his parents idea, this could mean that Erika wouldn't exist in this parallactic world, which would be a sad thing because we all love her character. But here's where I think the show will surprise us, and have Erika as an antagonist, being that she is connected to Garbelius. Yes, we've seen it 100 times already now, Erika versus Akina. But what if they twisted up a little bit and gave us Erika versus Now, and then Akina versus Kurumi? Makes a bit more sense. Now then, our heroes consist of Akina, Now, Michiru, thanks to the ending, Mikoto, and Kanami. I love that Makoto is one of the Mythic's holders, as we can now get more focus on her character moving forward. And, you know, I do like Makoto. Her little episode in the last season was fun to have as well, and it makes that more important and impactful. Plus, it shows us why Kagetsu wanted her time in that little segment that they shared together as well. As well as, after a lot of speculation, we finally know that Kagetsu gave Now a Mythic's card. This is really cool to see as well, as we do get to see Now's deck evolving and improving. I just want to see how it interacts and makes it better. I did like the fact though that these Mythic holders now have titles, as Suo refers to Akina as being the Mythics of Miracles. So then, looking forward to the next episode, it looks like Suo versus Akina, with Parallel Suo using a Cantor Sanctuary version of Black Demaya. Again, adding this element to these characters helps to emphasize that change, but also to show us something new and creative. It also helps to explain as well why we got some promotional images of artwork for Megami using Lyricals a few months back. Now, I don't remember seeing the cards that she's going to be using, but if we see a her race monster turn into a mermaid, that's going to be a bit weird, but we'll see. Now then, the last thing I want to talk about before talking about the ending of this episode was why Hikari and Akina don't have a mother within the series. This was genuinely sad to see as she walks out on them, stating, "I can't dedicate my life to someone else the way your father does." Now this was shocking and genuinely made me feel sorry for the Myodo family, but this does help to further explain why Akina wants to protect and care for his sister. He wants to fill that role that the mother left so that Hikari never feels alone. I am curious as to why they added this in though, because it does seem a little bit like a throwaway, unless they're going to bring the character back. Could his mother return as an antagonist for an episode? Wait. Please give us Akina's dad versus the mother in a card fight. The mother could then disappear after losing. Yes, we can have this whole heartwarming, "Thank you, I'm glad I get to see my children grow up and be so amazing." But she doesn't deserve that, let's be honest. Now then, the ending did showcase a few spoilers. So if you aren't wanting to watch the ending and keep yourself spoiler free, then thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe for more Cardfight Vanguard and card game related videos. But if you're happy for me to talk about it, let's get into it. The ending showcases the ace monsters for the twins, Kurumi and Kanami. Now these two units do look similar enough, but have enough differences to make them interesting individually. And I do like how both units follow the colour palettes and reflect their users. I do want to see what their effects and playstyles are like though, so hopefully we don't get teased too long for this, as they are new characters, so introduce them quickly to build up more of a connection with them throughout the series would be a good idea. Now I do think showcasing the mythic Michiru and the dark version of Gorbelius was a slight mistake, as I do believe this is too early to have this. But I can't deny the fact that both look awesome. Overall, the music to the ending as well was great, and made you hyped to see what's coming next, which is pretty much the objective for the ending to do. So those are my thoughts on this episode. What did you think? Do you think this arc's going to be really fun, with the differences and twists they can give us on characters, and the different personalities we can see our favourite characters displaying? I think it could be a really fun dynamic, and I hope they kind of go a little bit wacky with it, but also not too over the top. So if you did like this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more things card game related, and I will be seeing you next time. Have a great day, arigato, matane, goodbye.